Okay, let's take a look at this justhost.com server again. Just want to point out one thing that I think is kind of important. Here we're back in. Now we went to MySQL databases. I think there's one other thing that you can do from here that's helpful. Is if you select a user, you can change user passwords there for any of the users that we've established. This is helpful. These are the privileges for the MoonDev user on the Gurgle1 dev database. Okay, so initially I've only given them select privileges, which means they can run select queries, retrieve data from any of the tables in the Gurgle MySQL database to view or present to users in the website, but they can't alter, for instance, drop tables, change indexes, do any of these other things. But this is the SA accounts that I created, and also my account, since I'm the administrator at the moment, I've given all privileges to, so that I'm able to make any changes, to any of those tables and drop and create indexes and so forth. And we can make changes to this as we go, but I just want to make sure you're aware of where it is, and that's helpful to use in this control panel. Okay. The other thing that's useful here, I think, is the PHP admin. This PHP admin has some utilities that are really easy to use. The thing that I like the most about this is we can select the collation, which is important again because we want to use UTF-8 because we have foreign characters in our data in the Gurgle.com database for the wines and so on. So that's important, but if we select database here, actually we can go right to Gurgle1 Dev and select that database. We can see all the tables, we can see all the columns, we can make a selection to select the grapes, for example, table, and then we see all the grapes. It'll return that query. So it shows us the data, and it shows us even the SQL query that it used to return the rows for us, retrieve the rows. We can create new tables. We can do quite a few things from here. But the main thing I like about this interface is the import. Now, here's where we want to go. If we select the dev database and we choose the import tab, okay? Now we want to browse our computer for a data file that we exported in the comma delimited format earlier from our Excel spreadsheet. So you see how we've exported the appellations, different worksheets from our Excel workbook, and they're in comma delimited format. So we select which one we want to import. Let's say we made changes to the model. We exported the model. We updated the MySQL database with the changes that we made to the model. Then we went into our Excel spreadsheet. We took all of the current appellation data in the appellations sheet of our workbook. We exported that in comma delimited format, and we saved it to this file. Now we're going to use this file by selecting it, open, clicking open, and we're going to import the data from that file using UTF-8 so that we don't lose any of those special characters. The format is correct, CSV. We want to skip the first row because we have headers on the first row, identifying the column names. Everything else following the first row is data, so we want to make that one. And we want to replace everything now. If we want to keep some data and we only want to do an incremental update, then we would not check this box. But because we want to replace all the existing data in this appellations table, we're going to click replace. Okay? Now this is important. Column separated with. It's not a comma. Even though it's called a comma delimited file, we use this special character. Remember that we identified in the control panel under languages. So our data fields are separated with that up arrow character. Columns are not enclosed with quotes, okay? But we do have columns in our commas in our data, but we don't have to identify that as a delimiter because we're only using that special character. Okay, that's all we need. And we click go, and boom, it's going to import all of the appellation data that we just exported out of Excel into our MySQL database. That's it.